Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a brand new social media live show. And I'm seeing we're having some trouble streaming on Facebook. So we're going to start off and have Gil check in the back end if there's anything we can do about that. How are you doing today, Ruth?
A little bit tired, Shamik. It's been a long day and it's only Monday. But other than that, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm finally here. So I think that's the exciting news.
That's
I
definitely
finally
a plus. That's a plus.
I finally get to join the social media live show, and we're gonna talk a lot of interesting talks and guests we have for today. I think we should start off first with discussing something that you shared with us in the WhatsApp group earlier.
Oh, yes. I was just minding my business on TikTok. And then I came across this video and I was like, what? Is this true? I never knew this. Because the funny thing is, earlier today, I had to do the check thing. I had to look for palm trees. So to see this video and then have them explain it a little bit, I was like, I was shocked.
So okay, so just to give the people that are watching a little bit of information, um, it was said that actually the check mark, the reCAPTCHA as they call it, isn't actually what they use to check if
Exactly.
you're human. So what do they use to check if you're human?
So based on the short clip, because they didn't want to give away all the secrets, they said that they basically study your behavior, like what you research, how you use your mouse when you select the different items, and they also talked about how when you select "I'm not a robot," that gives them permission to check out other things, which I did not know. So you learn new things every day.
So does this also work with incognito browser, for instance?
That's a good question. I am not sure. I would have to do some research on that, but I think it's definitely something that's worth diving into to find out more about. Because I think all of us thought it's just a simple, let me click the boxes and we're done. But there's a lot more going on in the back
Yeah,
end.
but
It's
it
kind
looks
of
so
scary.
simple. It looks so
Yeah,
simple. So that's
yeah.
that's why. So I think it's good. We usually first dive into the giveaway and then actually jump into the guest. But let's do the guest first. Let's introduce our first guest for tonight, and then we can talk with him about this.
Yeah, sure. Let's bring him in.
Without further introduction, Anvit, Ramlakhan, welcome.
Yes,
Dag,
Charlotte, thank you
Andy.
very much. Dag Ruud, hoe gaat het met je?
We're doing good. Yeah, we said English. It was
Yeah,
a
we
trick
said
Yes,
question,
English.
oh yeah,
Andy.
Yeah.
indeed.
It was a
I'm
trick.
sorry.
It was a trick
Yes, yes,
question.
yes, yes. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. Yes, yes, Charlotte.
Okay. So we're gonna do a little bit different with the giveaway today. But first, we want to ask you, what's your favorite "I was this years old"? So on TikTok, there's always this trend where it's about I was this years old when I found out that I was this years old that I found out, and basically we were this years old. So today we found out that quite possibly there are actually different ways than just the checkbox of the CAPTCHA to see whether we're human. They actually go through your internet browsing history to see if you're human instead of just checking the box. So, first of all, is that actually true? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's a very difficult question, Jean-Luc, because it depends on the type of browser you're using and the type of web page you're serving on. And as soon as you click allow cookies on a certain website, then you give permission to either enter your camera or enter your microphone of your device without you really knowing what's really happening on the back end. So it really depends on the website you're browsing. Yeah.
Scary.
And
Don't
what's
allow
the
cookies.
yeah, and what's the thing that surprised you the most? What was something that you found out at an older age that you were like, wait, I never knew it worked like that? Does something come top of your mind? I know it's we're catching you off guard here, but is there something
Yeah.
specifically that you're like, hey, yeah, that kind of caught me off guard?
Yeah, I think when I really was astonished about the influence social media has on your behavior and the way internet is integrated with social media platforms to influence your behavior. For instance, I was only serving on my phone to search for the new Nike shoe, and when I came into my email browser, I saw an advertisement coming from Nike itself. So that was very much astonishing and eye-opening for me myself to see that that's the way everything works and is integrated with each other.
Yeah. Red, how about you?
Um, Definitely what I learned today about the caption thing. The thing is, Sean, look, every time I go on TikTok, I learn something new. I don't know if you follow this guy, but there's this guy on TikTok, and he's like, "Here's something I wish I knew before I was 30." And each time, it's something I didn't know either. So on top of my head, I can't think of anything, but I definitely recommend checking out his
You
channel.
probably
He's
have like
always just
20 different ones. For me, it's definitely, there's also a guy who says, websites I wish I knew. Websites
Oh
I wish
yeah,
I knew.
I
And
Yeah.
think I've
then,
seen him.
yeah, there are a couple of really, really interesting websites on there. Things
Yep.
that I struggled with that I had to do to Photoshop, that I had to do through all these kind of
Yeah.
heavy programs. And you're like, oh, there's a web version for that? Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually easy. So
Everything is
definitely.
being simplified.
So, Anvit, before we
Yes.
continue, we're going to do a giveaway. This giveaway is going to be a little bit different. If you're watching on Twitter, on YouTube, or on LinkedIn, you have a much bigger chance to win because there seems to be something with the Facebook stream. So, I have an apple and I have a dragon. So, Anvit, are we going for the apple or the dragon?
I think for the dragon. I don't
For
know
the
if
dragon.
Rit agrees with that.
Let me check. Yes, I do. I have the same flavor, so dragon is fine.
Okay. So you just have to comment hashtag dragon if you want to win a chance to go to the social media conference. So just hashtag dragon. You only have to comment hashtag dragon, and you can win a seat for the social media conference. And with that, Ruth, I think we can start going towards the session that Anfit is doing.
Yes, I think we're ready. Anpreet, are you ready?
Yes, sure, Rit. Sure.
So Anpreet is going to be in a keynote panel discussion with some interesting people. It's going to moderate that panel, actually. And I remember, Anpreet, you weren't there, but last week we had the speakers training, and we had a bunch of multiple speakers come together, and they talked about, well, what did we cover during the conference. And then we had two of your panel members there, and coincidentally, it was someone from DCell and someone from DataSeer. So everybody in the room was like, "Oh, this panel discussion is gonna be heated. I mean, it's gonna get crazy." So I'm definitely interested to hear first, what was your approach to choose
Yep.
those panel members, and
Yes.
what can people expect regarding the topic that you guys will be discussing?
Yes, Rit. Let me start by thanking Shanluk and team for organizing this social media conference for very much a lot of years prolonging. And this is a unique opportunity where we indeed can bring the leaders of ICT in Suriname together to see what their plans are for the future. Because we as Suriname, we are a third world country, so we already know what our limits are. Although there are limits, we need to see what the opportunities are within those limits with ICT as accelerator for the fourth industrial revolution. But either way or another, if we want to have a successful economical growth which is sustained in the coming years, we need to look at the fourth industrial revolution. And in that revolution, ICT is a very much key principle and key provider in that case. Yeah.
So it's interesting to know, first of all, for those who are less familiar with the terms, because we're kind of,
Yeah.
for you, of course, this is like everyday talk, but for
Yes.
people that are not familiar with the term for fourth revolution, could you briefly just give a history of what's considered the
Yeah.
first, the second, the third, and why are we talking about a fourth revolution?
Sure, Shanluk. So the way the world works is by industrial revolutions in each century. So in the 1700s, we had the first industrial revolution, and it was based on mechanization, thinking about big steam machines where industries were run to get steam going and to get the industry up and running. The second revolution was in the years 1800. Their electrical energy was very much important to get the distribution of electrical networks and where you have currency in your own home. That was very much important in the 1800s. In the 1900s, that's where the third industrial revolution came together with companies such as Microsoft, Google, etc., because then internet became very much booming. And in order to serve the internet, you need to have a computer. You needed to have integrated simple networks. That's why the third industrial revolution was very important for any country to make the jump from mechanical and electrical industries to technology driven industries. And if we look at Suriname, for instance, Suriname has been pausing, staying between the second and the third industrial revolution. In order for us to grow, we really need to make the jump to the fourth industrial revolution, which is of this time, and where a lot of very simple digitalizations and solutions are able to be incorporated in all industries, in all businesses, for it to be very much cheap and on higher quality to get the most return on investment. That's in a nutshell the first until the fourth industrial revolution.
Okay, that was a lot to take in.
Yes,
But
yes,
I think it's sorry. I
yes,
need that to
yes,
explain the whole
yes,
process.
yes, yes,
But
yes.
it's good to understand where we came from. I
Yeah,
think I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
and that's one of the interesting aspects. So I, of course, without going too much into depth on the talk itself, because of course we
yes,
do want people to visit the conference, but there's so many directions we can go with this. If we just look from an ICT perspective, you have different kind of ICT branches, different kind of topics. If you look at it from the communication side, or especially social media, like when I studied 20 years ago, there was no such thing as a
yeah,
social media. And especially with the different industrial revolutions that you explained, it's kind of like there are all these new kind of options coming in. So when we're looking at the fourth industrial revolution, what would be the direction that the panel is going? Where will the focus be on? Will it be on new opportunities, new possible jobs that there will be? What kind of key elements have you already with the panel identified that you want to talk about?
yes, yes. So that's the main reason why we are having Digicel and Taylor Sure in the panel. The CEO of Digicel Suriname will be joining us, and from Taylor Sure, the CEO has excused himself due to the fact that he will be out of country, but he has delegated it to his business development manager, who is very much the person responsible for innovations. So these two internet service providers are included in the panel just to challenge them and to ask them what really is in their roadmap for development of ICT services, which will support the fourth industrial revolution. Let's be honest. I think 10 or 20 years ago, Taylor Sure was the only one in the market. And then there was a big difference in their pricing methodology and the solutions they provided as a service provider. But as soon as Digicel came, we saw a lot of movement in the market and a lot of innovative products on the market. So it's more or less a wake up call for both of these two big companies to see what they are really doing and to challenge them on stage to tell them what these are the solutions, these are the opportunities. Are you guys investing in it or not? The third person is Nilesh Bisisar. He is from a software development company. And software development is very much important because if we look at very big companies nowadays, Amazon is one of the biggest ones. We have Facebook, etc., etc. So you need the development of software to support the development of ICT. And last but not least, we have a call center slash outsourcing company to create working opportunities or job opportunities for all the Surinamese people. So these three main sectors are combined in the panel to get the most out of it.
Yeah, I do want to touch upon it. You got some heavyweights in the panel
Yes.
because you're talking
Yes.
about diesel and Taylor's here, but for those who don't know, um, Frank is the co-founder of Alembo, which has been taken over by Majorel, which is a really
Yes.
big company in the Netherlands. Quality is also a company that's international, is in different countries, operational in different countries as well. So you brought
Correct.
in two heavyweights. Is that to
Yeah.
neutralize possible tension between the two service providers, or is there also a technological or a service-minded approach that you feel we should be more aware of?
Yes, yes, it's in order to challenge the different fields of ICT, that for sure, and also to see at the opportunities and collaboration between these main players. Because at the end of the day, we really need to collaborate in order to get the customer-driven solutions ready for Surinamese people. That's more or less the purpose of that discussion.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
It's
sure.
actually a question I ask every speaker because I know it's also something that the people are dying to know. What are some takeaways that the people can expect from your panel discussion? Usually, when I say three, the speakers get scared and they're not sure what the answer is. So I'm going to ask for two instead of three. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
But if you only have one for us tonight, that's also just fine. So, what are three or two things that people can expect to walk away with once they've attended your session?
Yes, for sure. The first one is being able to get informed about the way and the future of doing business in Suriname. Because as soon as you have an industrial revolution, you need to know that you need to digitalize, you need to know in what type of services and products you need to invest into to get the highest return on investment. So, for all the entrepreneurs, for all the young professionals who are looking into investing into a business opportunity, this is really the session they need to attend to see what the big players are doing in order to set the direction of the development of ICT in Suriname. The second one is networking purposes, because either way or another, you're not every day meeting these kind of people at once at one location. So it is your opportunity, especially the young professionals. It's your unique opportunity to connect with these kind of or type of people, to learn from them and to see how they think, what's in their DNA, in order to make the best decisions for the future of a country, in this case, Suriname. The third one is very important for us as a country, that we don't only see Suriname as an opportunity field. That's the third key takeaway, but that we see Suriname as the business hub of the Caribbean area, at least the Caribbean area, eventually all the Netherlands speaking countries, sorry, for example, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, etc., etc. That will create a lot of income in euros or in US dollars for us as a country, to get us out of the economical crisis we currently are in. That's a third key takeaway, which I would suggest.
I actually
Wow.
did three.
Nope, yeah,
I'm,
no
I'm
problem whatsoever.
He's like,
Okay,
I can do five.
so
Yes,
for the people that are
yes.
watching again, if you're on YouTube, watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on LinkedIn, this is your chance to actually win a free ticket to the social media conference. We've decided that the keyword of today is dragon. So if you comment hashtag dragon, I have to say, if you comment hashtag dragon on a comment on this live stream, you can actually win a free community pass to the conference. So this is last time, your chance, not last time, but this is the last time for this segment that we're going to allow people to actually get a chance to win. Just give us a hashtag dragon in the comment section, either on YouTube, LinkedIn, or on Twitter, and you get the opportunity to actually win a pass and connect with all those people that Anfit just discussed. Ruth, do you have a final question for Anfit as well?
Yeah, I have a question. Unfortunately, definitely you're going to be moderating a panel, but are there any other panels or sessions that you saw and you thought, okay, this one is definitely on my list. I need to attend those sessions.
Yes, yes, sir. There are a lot of interesting sessions, and I for sure will look at the recording for the sessions I am not able to attend to. But one which catched my eye is the one where there will be a discussion about how you manage social media and your home together with work combined, because that's sometimes a challenge I am having, to manage all three of them. So that's one for sure I will be looking into, and for sure the keynote on the second day as well, the closing keynote.
I'll be Mr. Mark Shaver.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So, actually, that allows us to talk a little bit about our keynotes, right?
Yes, I hope
Do you
so.
want? Do you want to?
You open the window.
Yeah,
You
he
open
opened the
the
window.
window,
We
Anvit.
were gonna put it like in the back, like at the end of the show. But since we got like 5 more minutes before we introduce our second speaker, or we go to the break, I do want to quickly mention. So Brand24 is a pretty large company, digital company, and they every year they publish like the list of top digital marketeers and top digital marketing influencers in the world. We're talking. So recently we found out that the opening keynote speaker uh,
Second day.
of day two, actually is one of the 100 most influential digital marketers in the world. That's a pretty
Wow.
good deal. So we want to
Yeah.
congratulate Mike Elton for making the top 100. And then we found out while I was going through the list, and I'm just gonna pull the document up um, for entertainment purposes, not of course also educational purposes. But I'm quickly gonna search for the list and where Mike Elton is can be found. And let's see, he's over here. Okay, let's quickly share. So in this report, and I'm just gonna bring it in screen. So it is a top 100 digital marketing influencers in 2020, and guess who's on that list? None other than our own Mike Alton. So Mike Alton is a content marketing practitioner and CMO. He's also author and award-winning social media blogger. And this is pretty cool that we get to open day two with the opening keynote as one of the 100 most influential digital marketeers. But if that wasn't enough, we actually have somebody else on the list who is the closing keynote that actually just was mentioned by Anfit, and that's actually the number three on the list. So we actually have
Oh,
two top 100
Super 100.
digital marketeers in the world coming to this year's conference, which is insane. But
wow.
if Mike being in the top 100 was enough, Mark Shaver, who is our closing keynote, is actually the third biggest digital marketing influencer in the whole wide world. That just gives an idea of the level of quality that we're bringing to the speakers. And Anfit, no pressure. Those are the two speakers headlining day two, and we are
Yes,
the two speakers
Closing.
headlining day one.
day
So
one.
so
Yes,
we're putting a lot of pressure on us to uh,
yes,
to share. But of course, they are renowned speakers, and we get to talk a little bit about the situation in Suriname and talk a
yes,
little bit about what's actually going on in Suriname, how we can create opportunities for people as well. We have people joining in from LinkedIn and also from Twitter. So we're actually are going to have a draw come in. And if you missed it, remember comment hashtag dragon. So don't forget the hashtag, comment hashtag dragon. I'm going to put it here one more time, and it's also in the scroll bar. Comment hashtag dragon. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, or if you're watching on LinkedIn and you want to win a free pass to the social media conference, don't forget to comment
Common
hashtag
dragon.
dragon.
Hashtag dragon. I don't have any more questions for Anvit. I'm just happy that he made some free time for us today because I know you're busy.
yes.
So we're happy. We're happy to have you.
Thank you for having me, Jean-Luc, Eric.
Yes,
You
a
got my
pleasure as
name
always.
right.
And we're
Yes.
gonna see you next week, of course.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait till after your session. We're gonna have some fun at the networking party, of course, because then we're
sure.
both relieved of our duties, and we'll look forward to the session of the fourth industrial revolution. Thank you so much, Anfit, for joining us today.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Jean-Luc.
Anvit. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So, Ruth, we're at the halfway mark.
Sabi boy.
So
So yeah,
finally, halfway into the show, we've
halfway.
managed to get the Facebook link working. So for people tuning in on Facebook, welcome to the social media live show. We have been going on for half an hour, and you are
Yeah, you
behind
missed it.
because the people on Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube actually already have gotten their chance to win a ticket to the social media marketing. So, social media conference here now. I almost said the wrong word, but social media conference here now. So, if you're tuning in now from Facebook, but also if you're still tuning in from LinkedIn, from YouTube or Twitter,
Twitter.
if you want to win a free pass to the social media conference, all you have to do is comment hashtag dragon. Again, if you want to win a free pass to the social media conference Suriname, all you have to do is comment hashtag dragon. And if you comment hashtag dragon, you have an opportunity to actually win a free ticket. So
Which ticket would they be winning, Jean-Luc?
they're winning a community pass, right?
A community pass. That's right.
Okay.
Well, what's the difference between a community pass and an all access pass? Let me see if you still know this.
So a community pass is really for the community. No, just kidding. A community pass, of course, the main difference is the community pass and the all access pass. The biggest difference is all access. It gives you all access, which means you get lunch and also you get access to the recordings of
Recordings.
all the sessions. Because of course, they're simultaneous sessions, so you won't be going able to go to all the sessions. But the community pass is a great way to get introduced to our conference. You don't get the recordings, you don't get free lunch, but you get everything else. And everything else is access to all the
Good
keynotes.
enough.
You get access to all the panels. You get to enroll and register into workshops because this year's conference has 5 workshops of different kind of workshops. We are in smaller groups, a maximum of 30 people. Those are really the sessions that are practical. But also you get access to the networking party, you get access to the red carpet show, you get access to the whole conference. So yes, you can win a free ticket. All you have to do is comment hashtag dragon. And if you comment
Hashtag
hashtag
dragon.
dragon, you get the opportunity to go for a free pass. Good.
3. Jean-Luc,
What's up next?
well, we have another speaker who's actually very excited to join us and tell us a bit more about his panel discussion. So, do you think it's time to bring him in?
Yeah, let's bring him the one and only Mike McIntosh. Welcome, Mike.
Mike and Tash.
Hi,
Hi, Mike.
hi.
How are you doing?
We're gonna
I'm
change the
okay.
layout a bit so we can see a little bit better. I'm assuming you're still working late at night. That's what it looks like. You're still at work.
Well, I have to disappoint you. I just played some tennis and I have to attend a birthday. So I'm in front of the birthday party speaking to you guys.
So that's dedication right there, people.
So Mike, for the people who are not familiar with Macintosh Media, you make a lot of things possible, and that's also what your talk is going to be about. And maybe for people who are really social media minded, can you share a little bit of the importance that still holds for offline marketing compared to online marketing?
Well, we are an outdoor advertising company and a printing company. And I think a great benefit of outdoor advertising or offline advertising or marketing is you can switch it off. So you can close your Facebook, you can turn off the TV, but you can't close your eyes when you're on the street. So that's a big part of our success. And even though all the new developments on digital developments and social media, outdoor advertising is still a very effective way of reaching out to your customers. And our panel discussion is going to be about that because
So
everybody
just
is
yeah.
nowadays, especially guys like you, are only talking about social media online, but there's still a large world outside of that
So
section.
your panel member Jonathan Wongsisan, he just joined in on the radio a couple of weeks ago. He was really excited about the panel because Jonathan is big on online data. You're big on offline data. We got another panel member who's big on data for business to business. So tell us a little bit about um, what you've discussed in the group so far.
Well, we didn't have the chance to meet all together. We had bad luck. The building of our company was struck by lightning. So
Oh
yeah, so
gosh.
everything online, everything digital is down. We have our server isn't working, our telephone isn't working, uh, nothing is working, our Wi-Fi ain't working. So I had to cancel the meeting, but we were together at the briefing with Ferranto, and then we discussed a little bit what we are going to do. Um, it was a good session with Ferranto. We got a lot of pinpoints to focus on, and it's going to be highlighting the benefits of social and online marketing against offline marketing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Online versus offline. So, Mike, for people who say, let me just put my budget in online, because it's a difficult one. Sometimes you have companies who rather invest their money in online advertising, and then you have other companies who rather put up 10 billboards and then just forget about social media. But it's always important to find the gray area. But for people who say offline marketing is dead or offline marketing is irrelevant, what do you say to those people?
Well, there is one big thing we have to look at, and that is cost per thousand. Whenever you invest in your marketing, you have to look at what is the best way or the most effective way. When I put up $100, which medium do I reach the most people with? That's one very important factor. And we're going to highlight these, and we're going to compare, how do you say that, bereikscijfers. Uh, uh,
Yeah, your
do you
reach,
know
your
the English
reach.
word?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
reach.
Yeah,
okay. We're going to
reach.
Yeah,
compare. Yeah, we're going
yeah.
to compare between outdoor advertising and social media. How much people do you reach in with $100 in on social media? How many people do you reach with $100 on outdoor advertising, for example? I know what the outcome is.
So wait, Mike. So you're saying there actually is data for offline advertising?
Yes,
In Suriname. Yeah.
we yeah it's how do you say that? A pain in the ass. How do you say that politely?
Yeah, it's
For
the
It's
same
years.
thing.
difficult.
Apira. Apira. It's Apira. Yeah.
Okay. For me, for quite some time, that a lot of CEOs and marketing people, they make decisions based on gut feeling instead of making decisions on based on data. So as a company, we started looking at our government for numbers about traffic in Suriname. We got some numbers, but they were very old, 10, 15 years ago. So when we discovered that there is a device that you can buy yourself and install it on the street and measure the traffic intensity, we immediately purchased that device. And at this moment, we are measuring the traffic intensity at all our billboard locations. So in the future, we can tell advertisers, we can advise them how many people, how many vehicles do pass on your location, and it's how do you say that? Potential bereik. It doesn't say how much people
Potential reach.
are seeing, yeah, your advertisement, but how many people, no, how many vehicles pass through your advertisement. And when you multiply, because nobody is interested in vehicles other than vehicles dealers, but in we are interested in people. Yeah, how many people can see our advertisement, and that's what we're gonna tell. That's what we're gonna talk about.
Okay, here's the fun part about it. There, because people underestimate this a lot. Um, I think the biggest win people underestimate for billboards and offline branding. is the retention rate because people drive past the same place every day. So
Yeah.
if they go past your billboard, they will see that billboard again. Whereas with the online
Yeah.
advertising, you really have to put in and you really have to put in the effort to have multiple impressions per person reach to make sure that person keeps
Yeah.
seeing it. Now it does get
Yeah.
scary. It does get scary at a certain point because there are interactive ads online, which is a little bit more difficult offline. But still, I think people underestimate that if you drive the same road every day and you pass by that billboard, you will be seeing that billboard every day, which has a really high retention. And
Yeah.
secondly,
Yeah.
and that's something you're definitely going to discuss in the panel, is how long do people look at billboards? Because one of the things that is really interesting about the online space is that we always push like online marketeers, social marketeers, like, yeah, put your television budget online. Let's push that advertisement. But just like with some people that are on their phone and not even watching the billboard in front of them, there's also people on their phone that scroll past your advertisement. And Facebook actually counts that as a view. Wow, you just
Yes.
scrolled past it and you didn't
Yes.
even look at it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what I'm really interested to know from the offline experience, um, is it, and this is especially a question for people who are brand new in the marketing scene, is there a difference in price for a billboard that's on a busy street versus a billboard that isn't on a busy street? Or there's a billboard that's on a street where there are traffic jams every day versus a billboard that's on the street that doesn't have the issue with the traffic jam.
Okay, there are a couple of assumptions over here that if there is a traffic jam, it's a busy street. It kind of is, but you have a lot of streets where there is no traffic jam and a lot of free flowing traffic that can be much busier than the jam street. Um, a second, because you ask how much time do people spend watching a billboard advertisement, there is international research says 2 to 5 seconds, and I always have to argue with our customers because they love to see their billboard sign at a traffic light. Because assuming that when people are in front of a traffic light, all they do is watch their billboard sign. They're not watching their phone. They're not looking around. That is their main purpose to be at the traffic sign to look at their billboard sign, and that's not correct. So we have to advise our customers a lot. They don't always listen. They have the freedom to ignore our advice, but we always do advise. And you asked another question. What was the question? The other question? No.
Is the price different for a billboard that's on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
busy
correct.
street?
Yeah, with our company, it isn't because we have a unique system. I always say you don't rent a billboard from us. You don't rent a billboard sign. You use our network because we have 100 of billboard signs. Whenever you make a print, they can interchange on every location. So if if you advertise with us, we can change. We're going to do that for the social media conference. We put them at a couple of spots, and 1 or 2 weeks later, we change them. The benefit is that someone who's driving through, I don't know, Paramaribo North sees 3 billboard signs, and the next week he's driving in Paramaribo South, the south of Paramaribo, and he sees another 3 billboard signs. They aren't other billboard signs; they are the same that we replaced. We switched them
Mm.
around. And every billboard sign of ours has a marketing purpose behind it. So a very specific voorbeeld is
Example, yeah.
we yeah, we have example. We have a billboard sign at the um, Leesweg. For the people who know where the Leesweg is, it's kind of a busy street, but not like a lot of other streets in Suriname. and we have that specifically targeted at the students that's coming out from the NATIN, from the university. So it has another purpose for being there. It's
Mm.
it's targeting a specific target audience.
Target group. Yeah.
So depending on what your goal is for advertising, we can advise what's the best billboard location.
Pretty interesting. I didn't know that when it came to Billboard, there were so many strategic aspects to take into consideration. So that's that. I think your
Yeah.
panel is gonna be quite an interesting one, Mike.
Yeah, because all the young people, I'm the older guy in the panel, and all the young people, all they talk about is social, social, social. I can see how many people I reached, and but like Jean-Luc said, you can see how many at how many people your advertisement uh, came by. They didn't, maybe they didn't look at it. And when I'm at certain places and I look over the shoulder of young people, their scrolling speed, whoa,
True.
very,
True.
very fast. Very, very fast. They go like zup, 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 zup. I don't see what best, but they do. Zup, 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 and then they stop and go back. Okay, and then zup, 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 and they make a decision to like something within a second. Zup, zup, oh, oh, click, yeah, boop, boop. So
A lot of
I don't know.
competition.
I don't know how effective advertising on social media is. We do it. We do it. We use it as well, but that's what we're going to do at social media conference. We're going to look at figures, data. That's the name of the
Of
session.
the panel.
Data-driven marketing. We can discuss all night. We need data.
No, I
Speaking of
agree.
data, this is a plug for me. As of right now, we have people trying to win a community pass. There's already somebody from YouTube who commented. There's already somebody from LinkedIn that commented. And there's also somebody already from Facebook who commented. If you want to win a community pass and want to be able to go to the session of Mike and Jonathan and Celicia to talk about data driven marketing, make sure to comment hashtag dragon and win a free pass to the social media conference. Again, if you comment hashtag dragon, whether you're tuning in from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from Twitter, or from YouTube, if you comment hashtag dragon, you are in the running to win a free community pass to the conference. Before we let you go, Mike, because you have to go to a birthday party.
I want to add a fun fact because even though I make a living from offline marketing, we use online marketing at this moment to promote your conference and our session. And what we're doing is that that has to be said in Dutch. Hoeveel is veel? We make an advertisement. How do you say it? How many is
How
many?
much is much? Yeah, how much is many?
How
Yeah.
much is much? Yeah, how much is much? Okay, to create awareness to people what we're going to be talking about. We don't explain what it is, but we want to make people think about how much is much. And a comment on your previous speaker, Arif. What
Unfit?
is his
Anvit?
name?
Unfit?
Anvit?
I'm fit, because he was discussing which session he has to go to. Well, I'm fit. I hope you're still watching. Go to data-driven marketing and broaden your mind out of the online and social world.
I hope
Okay, you had a
Anvit
last
got that
question.
message. So Luke had a last
Yeah,
thing to
well,
add.
no, well, he answered my last question. Why should he go to his session?
Oh.
He clearly promoted it as well.
Oh,
But maybe you have one more, right?
Oh yeah, I think it's the same question I had for Anvit. Mike, are there any sessions that you are looking forward to, apart from your own session, of course, that you're looking forward to attending at the conference?
well, no, I'm looking forward to the conference. It's an impressive gathering of people. It's an impressive moment for learning. I encourage all the people working at our company to visit the social media conference. We are uh, collaborating with two uh, gonna be influencers to market uh, the campaign I just mentioned. Who fail is fail, and they're gonna be on TikTok. And I hope they make something nice out of it. Who fail is fail on their own specific way, and they are starting TikTokers, and I encourage them as well. As a matter of fact, we arrange tickets for them to go to the social media conference because they make a lot of TikToks, they make a lot of fun TikToks, but I don't know if they are aware about algorithms, about how to get views, which hashtags to use or not to use, or how many you have to use or not to use. So I'm looking forward to the conference, and all the sessions are interesting. Yes.
So which we
So
now have
great job, guys.
have to ask. No, no, no. I wanna know because you said like beginning. How many followers do they have on TikTok? Out of curiosity.
We selected them, and we didn't select the people with the highest the number of followers. We selected the people who has a sustainable following, but has how do you say that?
High
A
interaction.
yay. No, 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 no.
Charismatic. They're charismatic.
Personality,
Yeah.
personality,
Mm.
personality. Yeah, they have personality. They can, where you and I see blue, they can say, I see, and you say, wow, what are you saying? But I think 10,000, something like that, in Suriname.
That's actually a lot.
So, but that's a lot. No, we in the past we worked with Kaylee. Kaylee has a couple of
Yeah, she
hundred
has
thousand
over
She
she's
different
over
has
10K.
followers.
400,000.
Yeah,
400,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And we looked at another guy. I don't know his name, who has 80 something thousand. But we made a decision to go with the two ladies. I don't know if you know them. Tall girl.
Oh yeah, we know tall girl.
No. Okay, and the other one is Rachel Lisam at Facebook, at TikTok. That's not her real name, but Rachel Lisam, and she makes TikToks about some actual Surinamese situations where I hope she broadens people's mind. She had a TikTok which one I loved, and that was about a girl calling her auntie, "Can I borrow some money, 5,000 SRDs, please? I have a lot of problems, and I'll give it back to you. You know what's gonna happen. I'll give it back to you next week." And next week the auntie calls, "Hey, you didn't come? Yeah, I had some problems, but next week." And it ends like. You're doing so, making such a big issue of a little 5,000 SRD. I'm not going to give it back to you because that's an actual Surinamese, yeah, actual Surinamese situation we were confronted with in our society on regular basis. And another one was that she was mad at her boss that she was fired. Well, she stood up, put her greens away she was preparing at her job, and said to the boss, you're Surinamese, you can imagine how that went. So we asked her, and she will join us, and she will join and visit the social media conference. And I hope we help them in this way to get more followers and to become a real serious influencer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for spending some time with us. Feel free to drop off and go to your
Okay?
birthday party. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
And also for the viewers, the question is, how much is many? Who fail is fail? Look out for it on social media. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Subby boy.
What gives rum its soul? Is it in the song, the crop itself, or the toil of the farmer? Maybe something wrong, something elemental, taking pride in every single detail. Is it in the very wood itself, within these ancient stills? Perhaps the passing on of knowledge and the handing down of skills, from generation to generation, celebrating time-honored traditions, preserving the character within. Or simply time. Time and patience. Perhaps 300 years of craft, passion, of wisdom. It is all these things that gives our rum its soul. El Dorado, crafted richer, aged deeper.
It's fun to see all these old images of 2017 as well.
I believe it's more than like 6 years ago since we had the
Yeah, it's
first
it's more than
conference.
6 year. It's more than 6 years ago, and that was our
Crazy.
first conference together, Ruth. That was the
Yes,
first
it
one
was.
together.
I don't want to take back because there were a lot of
Oh,
unexpected things, but it
yeah,
was fun. It was fun. Looking
yeah.
back, it's like, yeah, this set the foundation for the upcoming years.
So
And look
we're
at us
we're
now.
we're gonna challenge Gil in the back end a bit. We're gonna ask Gil to get us the photos from the program for day one and day two. Because I quickly do want to make a comparison from 6 years ago where we started and we are now. So 6 years ago we did it in a banquet hall of Toranica. It was just one day, one location. And then the next year, Nadira and Sergio came to us and they were like, hey, we should add a second day. And we decided, you know what? We're going to do a second day. And then the next year after that, Raul Brahim came to us and said, like, listen, we're actually going to make it a whole program and we're going to include e-commerce. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do that. And we just kept growing. And from a one-day conference, we now have a two-day conference. And just in short, it's really small, but Gil's going to help us by zooming in a little bit. This is the schedule for the first day, and we start off with the official opening welcome and the opening keynote. After the opening keynote, we have a workshop and an individual session, and then from there on, it's 3 sessions every
Whew.
block. So people have to figure out whether they're going to go to a panel discussion or an individual session or a workshop. And we
Yeah.
end with the closing keynote, which we mentioned the fourth industrial revolution in Suriname, which is with Anvit and four amazing speakers that will close off the day one. And before we go to day two, I want to give a simple reminder, and I'm going to put a little bit larger in screen because remember we're going today on feedback dragon, so that means that you actually can comment hashtag dragon, and this is the last opportunity for people who want to win a community pass. So if you're watching on Facebook, If you're watching on LinkedIn, Twitter, or on YouTube, feel free to drop into the comments hashtag dragon and
Are we
please,
announcing the winner
we're
today,
announcing
Jean-Luc,
it
or?
live, like in three
Whoa.
minutes. In three
So
minutes, we're
people
announcing.
comment hashtag dragon
Yeah,
because we're
if you
announcing
haven't
the winner
commented
right
yet,
away.
comment hashtag dragon if you want to win a free community pass. Gil already has the visual up, the next visual up, so we're gonna go to the next visual, which is Friday, and basically it's the same. We already mentioned our keynote speakers, the opening keynote and the closing keynote for Friday are two of the 100 most influential digital marketeers in the world. Let me say that again. Two of the 100 most influential digital marketers in the world are coming to speak to Suriname, and they're going to speak on
Amazing.
stage at the social media conference Suriname. So if that isn't enough for you to go for a free ticket, I don't know what is. Probably some of you already have your ticket, but let's go to the giveaway tool, and I'm going to do the draw, and then I'm going to quickly share the draw as well. And it's going to go really quickly. So who is going to win the ticket? Let's
Drum
see
roll.
who is going to win the ticket. Algiro, congratulations!
Congratulations!
You have won a free community pass to the social media conference 22. So, Algerio, make sure to contact us directly. All you have to do is prove that this is actually your YouTube account that you commented with. And please contact us directly. Tomorrow, you can do that whichever way you want. You can out to us on Facebook, you can reach out to us on YouTube, or you could just send us a message. And maybe that's good to do as well. Plus
Yeah,
597 social one. I don't know exact what's the exact numbers. Do you remember that?
not on top of my head right now,
Okay.
but maybe Gail can help us out with that.
Yeah. So for those who are wondering, Algero, you can send us a WhatsApp on this number plus 597 social one. Gail's gonna write down for us what the actual numbers are. But if you contact us on plus 59 social one, that's our direct WhatsApp business account, and you can send us a message there, and we'll help you out. This is not just for Algero, but for everybody who actually has questions about the conference and you
Yeah,
want to ask a question through WhatsApp, uh, feel free to contact us at plus 597 social one, and that's our actual WhatsApp number. So don't remember. Oh, Gail actually put it in there, and I don't know if we can make it put it larger. Thank you
yeah,
so
there
much,
it
Gail.
is.
So please contact if you have any questions of this about the social media conference. Please send us a WhatsApp on plus 597 7624251, and we'll gladly help you out with any questions you have about the conference. And again, applaud to our winner, Algero. Thank you for
Congratulations, Algito. I
participating.
just want to
And
add one last quick thing, Sean. Sorry to
yes, go
interrupt
ahead.
you, Algito. It is important that you send us a message so that we have your information on time. So please don't wait till last minute to send us your contact information. Contact us today, contact us tomorrow, but as soon as possible because we do need your information before we can continue with the process.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Ruth, do you have anything more to add? Any last things before
Uh,
we close it off?
Yeah, I have one last thing to add. The people that didn't get a chance to win a ticket today, there's always the final live. But if you say, hey, I don't want to win a ticket, I want to purchase my own ticket, then I just want to add, first of all, we have a 48-hour sale going on right now. So if
Right
you
now?
head on to our
Okay,
website right
now?
now, Jean-Luc, right now, and it only lasts 48 hours. So head on to social media print SN and tap the cheapest ticket you can find. It's a 48-hour sale. But if you're like, you know what, I don't like sales, I want to pay a larger price, we're still going to give you 10% discount if you use the promo code
Right.
LIVE10.
And or you
Yeah, then
can
you
use
get,
any promo code of any speaker or anybody. I think there's somebody in the comments who already put in
yeah,
that.
if you check out all of our Facebook posts, you'll see some commented promo codes that you can use to get a discount on your passes. But be sure to check out our 48-hour sale. As the name says, it only lasts 48 hours. So head on to the website and get your
Oh, $40 for a
most
community
affordable
pass. That
pass.
is definitely a good deal. Plus 10% off, so that will make it $63. So I would say if you want to get your ticket, you should definitely check it out now. Ruth, I think we're gonna close it off with that. Any
Yes,
final
it's
remarks?
nope, that's it. Sean, it's been a long day. I'm ready to head on bed. So
Awesome.
thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Adios.
Adios. Gil, take us out.